Okay, so we're back. Now we did everything in the video that we were asked to do, which was the initial assessment, layout, dye application. We did polishing. I just finished installing these are the old springs and connector. We got our new ones in. I went with the 3 pound connector, or a 3 pound spring. Um, describe the difference in the trigger feel you notice after the installation. All right, so before the installation, it was really difficult to pull the trigger. After the polishing, it got a little bit better. This firearm is cleared, so I'm just gonna go ahead and verify that it actually is empty. Now the brake, everything, it's just a lot smoother after changing out the parts and doing the polishing. Um, Pointing the gun in the safe direction and nice and crisp. Listen for the trigger reset. Happened right there. And then we're gonna go ahead and there we go. Now, the difference is obviously you can tell with the gauge itself. Besides the feel, it went from originally a around 995. After the polishing, it came down to about a 556, and then with the new spring itself, it's literally sitting between a 2.8 and a 3.0 pounds, or 3.5 pounds. Um, which in my opinion, it's that's where I want it. Um, are there any modifications that you would make to the trigger components? But with the exception of the polishing, no. The reason that I did the polishing itself is because it was rubbing up against the rail, as you can, as when you rack it, it was causing drag. Um, which is the only real reason that you would even polish it to begin with. Would the firearm pass a safety inspection after these modifications were made? I believe that it would. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, with the exception of the manufacturer's trigger pull is it's at a between a 4 and a 5, and I brought it down to a between a 2.8 and a 3.5, which I mean I personally don't see why I wouldn't pass inspection. With the exception of that reason right there. If any other modifications were made, might these modifications negatively affect the performance of the system? If so, how? I do not. I don't think that if it was to be modified anymore, um, it would affect it by much. I mean, right now it's like I said, it's at a between a 3.0 and a or 2.8 and a 3.0. Um, I personally wouldn't modify it anymore, but that's just me. If anybody else were to do modifications, I don't think it would negatively impact it either way, but depending on the amount of experience that the person does have with the firearm, it might negatively impact it. And that's the only reason. Lack of knowledge. Um, Changing springs, changing connectors, that's kind of, it's pretty easy. Um, Once you actually have the experience for it. But as far as doing anything like grinding down the rail system or the connector or anything along those lines, I personally would not do it. I don't have the experience or the confidence for it. I believe that I did cover all 5 points in this week's assignment. I might have to speed it up just on the simple fact that this one's 5 minutes and I have a couple of other videos to add to it, which make it out to about 10 minutes long. So I'm just going to go ahead and end it right there. My name is Victor Pastrana yet again. This assignment is for Fthb212 week 5, and today's date is 3/21/2026. Thank you very much.